She's got a little crazy in her. Sharp eyes with the mind of a sinner. All those dark thoughts, yet still a beginner.
Hey Virgo, what's up? So I have not done a video for you guys in freaking forever. I feel like, so you guys were like one of the first ones on my list. I was waiting for my new cards to come in the mail. It took like freaking 3 months, so that was pretty ridiculous. I was getting so sick of my old ones. Right now, I feel like you guys are working on something, either like a project, you really enjoy doing it and you're like finishing it up right now, getting it together. It could be a relationship, like a start of a relationship and you're working on it, or a existing one, or an old one that came into play. It could be literally like some kind of like working on something for a career, college, school, friendship, family, and just like yourself, you know what I mean? It could be like, you know, like a project, like random stuff, like flipping a house, like just anything. Okay. You're like working on that, working on something. I know this is gonna sound really weird because my boyfriend's a Virgo and he's getting some teeth work done. And so like when I have like these little premonition whatever thingies channeling, it usually does come through music or something. So all of a sudden the Gorilla song came on from Nelly. I can't even think of the song. Make me a grill. I can't even think of the song right now. Yeah, so I was like, oh my god, that's funny. So that and touching up on something, cutting ties, severing ties with people, things that do not serve you anymore, in, you know, touching up stuff. Like if there is anybody or anything that you need to let go of to let the new in, you're like making the last kind of like touch-ups, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it was like that teeth thing. I just like, oh my god. You could also be going through a breakup, so you're working on yourself, working at being okay again, making touch-ups to a house. You could have known somebody and like they're acting weird, like they're not the same, and or it could have been like a while since you saw them and like something was said the last time you guys talked, and now you're seeing them and it's like, this isn't even the person that like I used to know, like what is going on kind of thing. Okay. This is funny because when I was shuffling, so when I was doing the deck, I opened up the deck to like shuffle them and everything, and this was the first card I saw, right? It was the first card I saw. And I was like thinking, I was like, that's a ladybug. I was like, but it like looks like it would be squished for some reason, but it came in reverse. So it's about transformation. It looks like she's like on a journey, like, you know, like in a little, okay, so it's like a secret garden kind of thing, right? Like the secret garden, she's like going up the trail. She could be like having some kind of like luck feeling, or squished or stuck or sucked in or bound or obligated. To do something. It could have something to do with love or another person, or two sides to yourself, or one that like you're trying to work at trying to be, but you have like the butterflies, which is like around her, which is like transformation, along with the dragonflies, which is like also luck, fortune, transformation. It can be about Yeah. So, but she's like walking into this, right? And it's like she's filled with something. So she's looking away from her journey, from the path, right? It looks like she's looking at nothing. Don't those look like fish? Oh my God, that's so funny too. Fish, like random fish. Oh, they're birds. They're birds. Anyways, it looks like she's just like looking out into the distance. Like she doesn't know where to look. You know, like she's not looking at the swans. She's not looking at the flowers. She's not looking at the birds. If you watch the Libra reading, actually it's not going to be out for a while. I'm like birds, like, because there was a million birds on like every freaking thing. She might be working with her shadow side too. Like the things that like she or like you or whatever hide from the world. But see, wow. Look, if you look in here, doesn't that look like Grim Reaper, like two people? Or like a skeleton face? It looks like there's a turtle over here. So it could be slow moving, whatever you're going through. It is filled with emotion. There's something new blossoming for you or somebody. It could be, like I said, the person that you felt like you knew and they're not, and they're like kind of stuck and like lost on their path, and you might be helping them. So it could have something to do with calla lilies, turtles, dragonflies, swans, birds, butterflies, ladybug. She's like looking at nothing. She's just like kind of like looking at the water. So she could be looking at consciousness. She could be looking through her emotions, going through her emotions. It looks like a hand with like a bird in the background, like right here. Bird in the background and the hand I can't see. Okay, but you see the moon, right? It's in the distance, right? Okay. So the moon is about subconscious. It's about what you're not seeing. It's about the unseen, right? It's about things that are hidden. It's like black and white as well. Like it can be two different sides of, you know, the story that you tell yourself in your head, and then like the actual truth is like completely different. And you could feel like a submerged in like water. So it's like kind of like that. It's like she's kind of looking at the water and not anything else. If you look at her face, like where it looks like she's looking. But yeah, so the moon is like that. You can see the full. I feel like something has to do with time too. Having to time. Feeling like you have to slay and balance out things. Your head might be in the clouds right now. And you feel like there's justice to be served. But she's looking down too. But she's like sitting on a building. It's kind of different. What is this? Justice, yeah. All right, in the clouds. It could be in the clouds, but you don't want it to be. Again, like this person, you might feel like you need justice from them, and your head might be in the clouds about them, and you're trying to like make it stop and look down to ground yourself more, or needing more grounding, getting lost in your emotions, right? But the moon, again, that's what I was trying to say. She's on this path, right? There's all this stuff that is pretty much like the moon is hiding behind, right? So it's like she could be looking at the water as consciousness, but as emotion as well, at her emotions about something she does not know about that is being very hidden by her. And she's kind of like just wandering, going through the motions, default pilot mode. not knowing where she's going, right? She's going to like a secret garden. Anyways. But yeah, looking for grounding in some kind of situation that needs justice or that needs to be balanced in a way of, again, not knowing which way to go. Like, because she's like, okay, she's looking down from the ground, from the buildings, right? It's like something you could have to do at work again, or moving, or flipping houses, like I said, a building. But she's looking down from that. But she's holding the justice, like she's holding the, it's going to have to do with the Libra. She's holding the, whatever these are called, I can't even think. They're balancing, but she's not looking at them. She's looking down, trying to balance them, or knows there needs to be balancing in some kind of situation, and that's why she's looking down at the ground, because she's trying to ground herself in order to not have this defense mode, because she wants to be her head in the clouds. She wants to be happy about something, but she's like not, because she's not looking at the fact that the situation needs balance. It could be like something that is just being missed. So the Hangman. Oh, wait, did it come up? Yeah, it did. Oh, my God. So I was looking at this, right, and I was like, oh, another one that came out backwards, and I'm looking at it right now, and I was like, wait, the zipper was at the top, because I almost said something about it. She's a Hangman, right? So when you're in the Hangman, you're kind of like stuck. Like I said, she's stuck, right? She might be stuck on her path, not knowing which way to go, being defensive about something that she actually really wants, but she's not looking at the fact that it needs balance. See, even this, Two of Swords, the bird, right? Bird is about transformation. She's not looking at that. She's not looking at the transformation. And if you look, it looks like she would be like in a swamp right now, like sitting in a swamp. So something could have to do with birds. I mean, frogs and leeches and fish. But it's like she's touching the flowers, like she's wants something beautiful, but she doesn't know which way to fly. She doesn't know. She can't see it, right? And like, look at her shirt. Like, it's like, it goes from like the heart chakra into emotion. So it's like, it's heart and mind, right? Like there's no coherence. Oh, there's no balance of the mind and the heart. There's not knowing which direction to go in, right? So the Hangman, she looks like her dress is like the sky. And, oh, the zipper, it is the sky. Huh? Okay, so something could have been opening up for you, and then it got stuck. But doesn't it look like there's a little person over there? I can't, like... What is this on? Hold on. What am I looking for? Oh, no. Oh. I tried to change your resolution to see. Hold on. I want to change it back. Well, the Hangman just fell. And I can't find it. Kind of like how... Oh my God. She might feel stuck. She might, like, want to be, like, squished. Like, you know, like... wanting luck, feeling like something needs to, I don't know how to say it. But something might be opening up. Because all the birds see it, but she doesn't. But it's going to be like an opening, a secret, you're like going through the secret garden, right? It's going to be like a new opening. Because see, like, it's nice and sunny, nice and like blue and a beautiful sky, and then you look at the balancing and it's not. Like, it's just not. It's still like pretty, but it has something to do with your hair too. But you might feel naked right now. Somebody could, or you might be very vulnerable. But this is good because it's like coming out of that Hangman energy and moving into an ending is a new beginning, right? So she's like, transformation again. You might not be looking, again, might not be looking at the transformation that you are doing, or you could be looking towards it. Either way, either the ending is you weren't and now you are looking towards the transformation, which is what we got here, or you're looking away from the fact that there needs justice and balance and looking away from the transformation. But it's like feeling that nakedness, and that nakedness is going to feel, or being like feeling like you're being looked through, like looking through the glass, looking through me or something. It's, yeah, whatever. Like somebody could be like, you feel like people are feeling like they can see through you now. You're more open, can breathe better. You're opening your voice. Third eye might be opening. But see, it's opening up to beautiful things. It's like, yeah. And she actually could be like looking forward to it. Why are these cards all whatever? So you might be having to do with something with Scorpio. That brings you into the Ace of Swords, right? The Ace of Swords is a new beginning of ideas and thoughts and things that you want to do that maybe you didn't think of before, but letting go and going into this new area is going to give you a knowingness of the fact that there needs to be balance, there needs to be justice in this situation. Say she's not even looking at the fact that she's stuck, but she's looking towards transformation. But then if you put these together too, like, oh my God. Like they're both looking away from the fact of not seeing that they are stuck and opening up to more, knowing that they're stuck and that they have to make some kind of move. Knowing that something needs to end in order for something to begin the correct way, right? And that's going to be the key to success in this situation. But the idea, so in my other deck, I love the Light Seeker. She has like the Ace of Swords, like she has like this kind of thing, but it's like stairs. I always say like how it's like going up, like your ideas are like growing more and more into knowing what it is that gets you unstuck, which has to do with balance. But it's difficult to go into balance when you don't even know where you're going. Secret Garden, right? It can be confusing, which is also why it's like she's walking towards the moon and it's so little of what she can see. And it's like behind a bunch of stuff. So it's like you could be going into this thing not even knowing what you're doing, but looking forward to the moon. So things that are hidden, like being excited to like stop letting yourself be stuck and opening up the zipper, opening up. Opening up to the new. But look at her foot. It's like there's something like a ribbon, which was weird. So it could have something to do with forgiveness. Untying, severing ties, forgiveness. Or the person that you're whatever and you need to forgive in order to have this. You know, because like that could be making you sick. Or like even if you're smoking, you know what I mean? Because you're stressed out. But what are they saying? Opening something up new. I lost it. Oh, forgiving. Like it could be like you feel empty, looking away from the fact that you do need to forgive something. And this is going to be like a blossoming. Like you might have the idea of this is what needs to be done. Healing. A new start in making plans, doing things that you want to do and not following what other people want you to do, right? Feeling like you might need, it's hard to climb mountains. Like, what is it? Like getting to the top of the mountain. Even like you can move mountains if you put your mind to something. What is it? Mountains. Something gonna have to do with stars. Oh, which is cool because the star was underneath death. So you could have something to do with Scorpio, Libra, and Aquarius. But look. Cool. All right. See this? I'm like looking at it. I was like, how do these relate? And then I figured it out. So, because I was going to say, like, she has, I think it said she. Yeah. She has like stars. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it. They're stars. They look like little blobs from this, but they're stars. But then there are little blobs, like a galaxy, like in her snail. Again, like the turtle. I felt like I saw a random turtle, right? Slow but steady wins the race. Oh, that's what I meant by the mountains. Like when you climb the mountaintop. There's something that there's said though, like, I don't know, but whatever it is that your idea is, you might know that there needs to be like a lot put into it, but it's worth it at the end, right? Like you're going, oh my God, why do these keep flying on me? Like Secret Garden could end up with the castle, feeling like a fairy, like magical and earthy and things being grounded and I was just a magical again. Spontaneous. Looking out into just like, what can I do? Where can my wings bring me? Everything's new, but look, he's naked. Oh, it's under death. Remember? I was like, oh, where could, it's under death. It's on like a purple flower. It could have something to do with like your grandmother. Lavender, lilacs. Aladdin. Because look, that's like an Aladdin. Prince Ali, have you seen Alibaba? Or a monkey. That's funny because or snow. Something could have happened in the winter. But see, like, there's mountains to be climbed, or you might feel like there are. But what I was going to say is she has little blobs, like a little, like, galaxy in her, like, little snail-looking, like, whatever. But so does a star in the sky where this little fairy guy that's naked is being vulnerable, looking out into, okay, what are new things that I can do? Like, looking towards the star, not having to look towards the moon anymore, not having to look at the hidden, not having to even maybe care, because there's again, it looks like sky, and it's actually, yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, no, it's not, never mind. But it's like she's looking towards, with her head, ideas, communication, whatever. I don't know if they're Mercury. I don't know. Don't sign contracts right now. I feel like I've been hearing that in my head a lot, and I'm always like, is it Mercury retrograde yet? But Gemini and Virgo are swords, which is Mercury also, which is their ruling planet. So that's why I said it. So you could be dealing with Virgo or Gemini, another Virgo. It's funny. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Gemini. My boyfriend's Virgo. Anyways, so like looking towards the blobs in her head that are going to be put together into maybe even stars of some kind of sort, with the key to looking through the veil. Right? The things that were hidden behind the veil into the blobs, into the sky, into the possibilities, the infinite possibilities of what this thing that you're dealing with could bring about, because there's not going to be any more confusion. You're going to be able to see, right? Because the King of Pentacles is next, and even though it's upside down, like, look, he like has to be so high up in the sky in order to see what's coming. You see whatever I just said. See what's like coming. And again, she has a moon. She's looking away from the moon because she might be so confused, and she's like not looking. She's blinded by it because it could be right in her face. She wouldn't even know, but maybe she's like not caring about that anymore. And because of not caring about that anymore, she can see. She has like her, or it's a he, top hat, his little top hat. It could have something to do with magic. Or money, or career, or Julius Caesar, or Caesar salad. I'm just kidding. It could be like your favorite Julius Caesar. But like he can see now. He's grown enough in some kind of fulfillment as the King of Pentacles, which Pentacles is like money, stability, like whatever, like making your pentacles. But he's the king. He's the ultimate unless you go to, the major arcanas, but like he sees now. Like this one sees what needs to be done, right? Looking at the confusion. But once that's over, she starts looking at the hidden. The guy is looking the other way. And he's at the top. He knows now. He can see. He's not missing the birds of flying away from the hidden. Right? But when you have the hidden and it's not known, see, again, he's not looking at the hidden. It's the other way. He's looking that way. He's not looking at the confusion anymore. And that brings you into the star. Looking out. Look, see? They're both like looking out, like he like is out and like he's up on top, like flying. Like, how is this guy doing this? Like stilts, like it's a freaking deer. Maybe elk. Maybe go hunting. But it's like seeing all the possibilities of what can happen in this situation, or with a person, or with a project, or whatever it is that you're severing ties with, or whatever it is that you're getting done in order to fulfill these ideas that you have and new plans for yourself after you step into the secret. So stop looking. She's like just now learning to look within her emotions, even with love, or again, both sides of the spectrum. And she's still looking towards that, but it's like getting covered more, right? Than the head in the clouds, as in like a weather thing, looking more into something unfolding in the sky, a beautiful sky, and this is still it's like, and then this is with the mountains and your ideas. You have to make effort, you know what I mean? It's not about the destination. It's about the journey of what the unseen, right? The ideas, the faith, and the key to all that is now she has the key of the confusion, right? Which makes it that you don't look at the moon anymore. You don't look at the confusion. And in this one, he's looking away from the confusion completely, up on top with no moon. He has his pentacles. He's now looking out into the distance of the possibilities. The magical whatever. All right? Wow, that's pretty. So yeah, like the King of Cups, it's emotion, like moving through a boulder of whatever it was that was keeping you stuck in this, but look at her hair. It kind of reminds me of this. Clouds in the sky, but now this is like the tentacles of an octopus. There's like 8, so it could have something to do with number 8. But like, they go everywhere. They suck to things. Like, they are suction cups, like So whatever your ideas are, you're like going to stick to it. You're going to suck it. Looking at the ships, letting them come in, like your ships have sailed. Or what is it? Something about letting your ships come in or something like that. But she's like a boulder looking thing. But she's opening. And then you have I feel like everything is like transformation. But like, so crows to me represent death. Okay? Death would represent, you know, rebirth. Death and rebirth, right? But at the same time, everybody thinks that they're like a bad omen. Like they're like about death. Like you're going to get killed or it's bad luck. Like whatever, superstition thing. But like because of that, I feel like it's death, which is a rebirth, right? Kind of like a transformation, but like getting through the boulder, looking at this in the ideas of all these new things, right? I'm done. Holy crap. Which is going to bring into judgment. You might be saying something out loud. Flying free. Who knows? And then the world. Balancing. Could have to do with a Sagittarius. And she's sitting on the earth. Oh, is that the earth and the moon? No, it's two earths. And on this, it actually looks like the hangman. Look at her feet. Look at her feet. We could be having a new ballet or something. All right. Before I go into more. Again, a snail. She has that. Snail. Slow but steady wins a race. It's like a chariot. Oh my God. It's a chariot! Could have to do Cinderella. A pumpkin. Something could have happened in October. But see, why are these all doing that? Okay, so like there's like a bunch of lines. It looks like an atlas, which reminds me of the world because it's like a globe. So looking towards the world, the unknown, and going towards the castle, which... the star, wherever she is. She is the castle, right? The unknown, right? What you felt like you needed to know, you don't feel like you need to know anymore. You might just feel comfortable. Yeah, see? Strength. Might be dealing with Leo. You're ready for a new adventure. The lion's sad. I don't know why. These are so cool. Like, just like to say, like, the hermit. Like, that's like having, like, a spiritual enlightenment. Like, taking time for yourself, right? It's like a mermaid, a lighthouse, if you think about what a lighthouse is. And then you got, again, kind of like the world. And earth, the water, consciousness, again, the sky with the death and rebirth, looking towards transformation, looking towards fishing in the sun. But see how the crows are, the sun has rays too, but see how the crows are going down there? It's like the death and rebirth, the transformation, right? The enlightenment. And I think she's like looks grounded. She just like looks peaceful and content, satisfied with this information coming towards her. And then you got the two ships again. I love it. But do you see what I'm saying? Like whatever she used to think as ideas, that used to be beliefs, she feels content now in this enlightenment, in this new beginning, in this new way of thinking. That she's satisfied. She's happy. She's content. All right, guys. I don't know if I'm going to start doing extendeds or not. But if I do, I will let you know, or I'll put links in, whatever. But I love you. I hope this helped in some way. Bye.